What is up, traders? Welcome back to Daily Recap TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Super happy about this past week. Real quick, as you can probably tell already, I am on NQ. This is an NQ 1000 tick chart. I've been trading NQ this past week and I have been really enjoying it. I'm not even gonna lie. I took a few trades here. I think I traded a couple of times in the ES, nothing crazy, nothing to really talk about, to be honest, but I do want to talk about these evals real quickly. So today I ended the day on $428, which put this eval at $600. This other one is $400, and the 50k one is at almost $1,000. And funny thing, in these two, I got reset yesterday, and I'm already up in total $1,000. So, and that's trading just the NQ today and yesterday. I've been trading the 50k on NQ as well this past whole week. So, really happy about how I'm doing with trading and my progress. Really happy about that. Let's talk about NQ, I guess. So first and foremost, I don't trade NQ second entry wise. I just trade the NQ as I see it. That's basically like price action. I mean, there's a lot of second entries here, you know, but I don't do that. I think NQ is obviously a different beast, and I just trade basically how I feel, you know, and what I see, right? So my first trade was this short here, and again, I'm keeping the risk to a minimum. I'll at least try to. Because NQ is very fast, and you can pretty much blow your account in an instant. So again, risk management is very important, and it's been, I think, in my opinion, in my case, I think it's been a turning point in my trading, is realizing risk management, trading properly. If the risk is too big, don't take the trade, and pull the trigger when it is right. So big key takeaway is pulling the trigger when the risk is right, and that's what I've been doing so far. And well, as you can tell, the results has been pretty good. Really happy about this week. So anyways, first trade was the short. Now I do have this range here, and that's how I really saw it. And as you know, most ranges or most breakouts fail. So I saw this big bearish bar, and I was like, okay, well, this bar's too big, but I do want to get a better price. The price did came back up and filled me, and it also stopped me out, which is basically my risk was $210 risk, which is really nice, and I'm not even gonna complain about that. But then I saw this candle, and I said, you know what, let me try again. And sure enough, I entered. The risk was also around almost $300, $280, and I made profit, $420 profit, which basically took back my loss and then was in profit. So that was up $200 in a day, and I could have stopped trading, but you know, I'm trying to pass these evals, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep on trading. I didn't trade anything here. There's a bunch of second entries here. Again, I don't trade those on NQ. I just see what I see. Now this could have been a triple test here, and I honestly failed to recognize that, and I missed it. It's actually multiple tests here, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so above the EMA. So could have been a nice little entry, but it is what it is. And the risk is still kind of big though. It's almost a $450 risk, so it would have been very risky, but the setup is pretty good. Even if I entered there, still $400 risk. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, price starts working back up, and we got some news at 9 o'clock, and you see 2 legs down. I didn't trade it just because it was news, so I skipped it. And prices go back up again, and I kind of drew my trend channel like this. I'm not really sure if it's valid. To me, it seems valid, but I kind of stuck with it. And my, I guess, third trade was pretty dumb in my opinion, and this was a break-even trade, and the reason, so my reasoning was I kind of saw 2 legs down, but not really. There's not really like a break in a leg, so that was a misread on my part. And the original idea was to test these highs, and also it was a higher low, and I like that higher low. It's a pretty big bar. But also why I got out of the trade is because the risk was too big. My stop loss was basically below this candle, and it was a $600 risk, and yeah, I wasn't comfortable with that, so I immediately got out, and thank God I did, because it had been really bad. And that's when I also drew my trend line here, and again you can see that the trend line is working against you, so thank God I got out. So solid save in my opinion. But then price breaks the channel, goes back up, and then I guess my 5th trade was again not a solid trade, but then again I already had this range kind of like this already in place. I see the midline acting as support and resistance, so I originally wanted to trade on this candle, but I got filled on this candle, and that was a little scary because this candle is not very good. I mean, this is a terrible signal bar, but basically I just got a scalp out of that. Nothing crazy, and it was what, $200 win, almost $200 win, but the idea was to test these highs, and you can clearly see that we tried to, and you can clearly also see 2 legs up, first leg, second leg. It's not really a measured move, almost, but not quite. Not quite there. But the idea was, I noticed that we failed to test these highs, and I did like. So I had this range, and honestly speaking, this is not really a range, it's more of like a resistance line, to be honest with you. But we failed to break out, and I actually wanted to trade, I wanted to enter here, but never got filled because the price just took off, and I got filled way over here, which is a-okay. And this was another scalp as well. This was $220, and I actually re-entered again on a short, and that was $120. So again, like I said, the idea was, since we failed to test these highs, and we have 2 legs up, and we still need a new low from this trend channel, I was like, okay. The problem I had with this trade though is that this midline right here, and you can clearly see that it plays a significant role here. And again, hindsight, obviously I should have held, but that's hindsight. That's not what we're here for. But again, the reason I re-entered is I like how the price got rejected. I like how the seller stepped in. I like how they closed below the EMA. And the only thing, again, like I said, I don't like was this midline. But we finally broke through it. We struggled a little bit. We broke through it though and went all the way down. So that was the thoughts on these trades. Again, I did not get filled on my basically limit order was like around here. And prices took off and never got filled, to be honest. It just instantly reversed. So it kind of sucks, but you know, the risk is pretty big. I'm not even gonna lie. It was probably a $600 risk. Actually, more than that. So kind of broke my own rule here, but I like the context. I think that's what matters here. I like the context. But I did break my own rule here. But on the second trade, oh, not second trade, but the last trade, I should say, my stop loss was right here, which is a-okay. Now with NQ, sometimes I don't completely follow like the swing lows and highs of the stop loss, just because, again, it's just so fast and so volatile that, you know, it's just, the stop losses can be so big that I'm not comfortable with. So sometimes I'll just put a stop loss, you know, right above the wick, and if I get stopped out, I get stopped out, no big deal. But if the trade is right, like for example, like here, my stop loss was above this wick just because the risk was there and I liked it. But sometimes I don't follow that rule. Again, it's all about learning. It's about the process and how you see, how you fit. But yeah, like I said, all those evals the trades I made was on NQ. This past week I've been trading just NQ, and so far, again, I'm really enjoying it. So now, am I gonna keep trading the NQ? Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. I have to get more screen time on the NQ, and like I said, I like trading price action. I don't trade it at the second entries just because second entries are very different on NQ. Well, not really. Honestly speaking, not really, but it is what it is. But like I said, I just like how NQ moves fast, and when there's a certain entry point, like for example, obviously there's hindsight and you would not know this, but look how the price just took off from this trend channel here. Boom, just left, gone, you know what I mean? So that's when you that's where you draw your trend channel here. Now, where else? Like right here, perfect entry, boom, we have a strong resistance here. You can clearly see strong resistance, boom, took off, just instantly took off. Same thing here, you know, so that's why I like it. Whereas the ES, you know, it just takes a little bit of a time to kind of get that momentum going. But if I were to trade the NQ on the PA, I honestly would do just one contract and stick with that, because it's just 2 contracts is too much, and the reason I'm doing 2 is because I just want to pass the evals really fast. So anyways, that's been my week. The eval is looking great. Like I said, really happy about this past week, really doing good. And like I said, the turning point I think in my trading was the risk management, right? I know my risk, I know my contract size, I know, you know, I know what I need to do to make it happen. But yeah, I'm gonna keep practicing, keep studying, and then keep grinding. Grinding never stops, right? So anyways, I hope your week was good. I hope you guys were in the green, and enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back, I guess, on Monday. Thanks, bye.